Okay, Sudhanshu Trivedi and Sudheendra Kulkarni are with us. Sudhanshu Trivedi is national spokesperson of the BJP and political advisor to Rajnath Singh. Sudheendra Kulkarni, columnist and author. And Sudheendra Kulkarni was in the Prime Minister's office as an officer on special duty and personally very close to Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So thank you. Significant we have you today. C.R. Kesavan of the Congress Party, Pavan Verma of the JDU, Professor Mridula Mukherjee, professor at JNU, and Dr. Tasleem Ahmed Rehmani, President of the Muslim Political Council of India. Now, Professor Mridula Mukherjee, why are some people having such a big problem with Madan Mohan Malviya being given the Bharat Ratna? What is the real problem? What is the real problem? This country has not given a Bharat Ratna to Bhagat Singh. The same people did not complain. This country has not given a Bharat Ratna to Rajguru. These people did not complain. This country has not given a Bharat Ratna to Sukhdev. These people did not complain. Is the problem about giving it posthumously, or is the problem something else? Is the issue really about giving a posthumous award, or is it giving certain people an award and certain other people not an award? Professor, let's start with you.
I think there are two issues here. One is that if we have the system of giving awards posthumously, then the obvious question will arise, why not so-and-so and why not so-and-so? If Madan Mohan Malviya, why not Lokmanya Tilak? Why not Gokhale? Why not Surendranath Banerjee? Why not Bipin Chandra Pal? Why not C.R. Das? Why not Bhagat Singh? I mean, there are many equally good or better contenders, or Dadabhai Naoroji would be my
Ambedkar was given the Bharat Ratna 34 years after he died.
And I think
Sardar Patel was given the Bharat Ratna posthumously in 91.
I know.
So what's the issue? The issue is not a posthumous issue, I think. It's something else.
I think, but I think there is one issue that when you are selecting from a pantheon of nationalist leaders of the freedom struggle, the question will come up then as to why not so and so and why not so and so.
Why didn't the same people? Why didn't the same people? Why didn't the same people, Pavan Verma, ask the question when Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad was given the Bharat Ratna posthumously in 1992, 34 years after his death, like Ambedkar was given 34 years after his death? These same people did not ask questions then. Why is the question being raised only in the context of Madan Mohan Malviya? Pavan Verma, what is the real issue? Can you be direct?
No, I personally, I think, Arnab, that Madan Mohan Malviya was a great patriot, an educationist, and a social reformer who fought for the rights of Dalits. If the government believes that he deserves the Bharat Ratna award, there are no reasons really to question it. But I think Mridula has raised a valid point that if you begin to give awards posthumously and go back in history, there will be in this country many views as to who is the most deserving. And if you keep going further back in history, on another channel I was told that Kabir should be given the Bharat Ratna award, Guru Nanak should be given. Then you might as well go back to Chanakya and Shankaracharya and Panini.
You're trivializing it.
So therefore there is an issue there.
With respect,
however,
I think you're trivializing
I believe Bharat Ratna award should not be politicized.
No, one second. How is it politicized? I am asking, how is it politicized? How is it politicized? Was it politicized when Sardar Patel was given the award? Was it politicized when Ambedkar was given the award? Was it politicized when Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad was given the award? All posthumously. If that was not politicizing, how is this politicizing? I don't get it. Tasleem Ahmed Rehmani, you're against it. Why? What is the real problem? Can you be direct today? What is the real problem? The problem appears to be something else. People are not saying it.
My point is that this is a very prestigious award and it must not be affected by any political ideology. National heroes are national heroes. They must not be pick and choose on the political ideologies. And I want to quote Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji himself, who said that Sarkarein aayengi, Sarkarein jayegi, Partiyan aayengi, Partiyan jayegi, Desh rehna chahiye. So if we want, if the country is prime, if the
no, what is the ideology? No, one second. Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi considered Madan Mohan Malviya his elder brother. Tasleem Rehmani, let me ask you. One second, Tasleem Rehmani. This is I think all of you are saying something and not saying something. This is the Newshour. Let's be very direct about it. I'm asking you directly. The issue is, what you are saying is, people should not be given on the basis of ideologies. If I turn that aside and say what you're actually trying to say is only people of a certain ideology should be given and people who are not from that ideology should not get any award. What you're actually saying is that the
ideology of the government has been changed.
No, what is the ideology? What ideology are you talking about?
Of the present government is changed.
No, Madan Mohan Malviya, what ideology are you talking about?
Yes, I'm telling you, the ideology of the present government is the political ideology of the present government is not the secular ideology, while the country is a secular ideology.
So are you saying Madan Mohan Malviya was not secular? No, are you saying Madan Mohan Malviya was not secular?
He founded the Hindu Mahasabha. The killers of the Mahatma Gandhi were all belonging to Hindu Mahasabha.
Sir, I think
Hindu Mahasabha.
Sir, I think you should
planning to install
this is the problem
of Godse all over the country.
No, this is the problem. Well, I'll tell you one thing. For your information,
Mr.
Rehmani,
was the aim or objective
Mr.
Hindu Mahasabha?
Mr. Rehmani
was erected to create Hindu Mahasabha.
Mr. Rehmani, it is the prism through which you see things. Mr. Rehmani, may I say this? There are some people who believe that only Nehruvians and believers of the Nehruvian ideology are the people who are deserving of awards. And those people who only believe that Nehru is the custodian, fulcrum and center point of modern Indian political thought.
That's why.
Sir, this country... Sir, one second, Mr. Rehmani.
I am saying that
Mr.
it must not be affected by the political ideology.
Mr. Rehmani.
That's why I am saying that it must not be affected by the political
Mr.
ideology.
Rehmani.
We have hundreds of national heroes, as you rightly said.
Can I say something?
Why not Bhagat Singh?
Can I say something? Can I say something? Mr. Rehmani, Nehru was a very important political leader and the first Prime Minister of India. But he was not the only person. There was Subhash Chandra Bose, there was Gopal Krishna Gokhale, there was Raj Bihari Bose, there was Lala Lajpat Rai, there was Sukhdev, Rajguru and Bhagat Singh. If the country's view, if the view of the people of this country is that besides those who believe and have been co-opted or are part of the Nehruvian establishment, everybody else should be kept out, I say come out and say it. Don't disguise the view. Come out and say it.
I'm not saying.
No, come out and say it. You don't belong to this ideology. You will be kept out.
That's why I said.
And Lutyens Delhi.
That's why I said it must not be affected by political ideologies.
Sir, and Lutyens Delhi.
Such a prestigious national award.
Sir, Lutyens Delhi and the political and intelligentsia which circulates around Lutyens Delhi has been dominated by people of only one political view. Those people have a problem with Madan Mohan Malviya getting the award. Sudheendra Kulkarni wants to come in, but before that, Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Sudhanshu Trivedi. Political view. Whole of the country, you see, the Hindu Mahasabha could not be recognized by the people of India.
Sudhanshu Trivedi is responding to you, and C.R. Kesavan will come in after that. Sudhanshu Trivedi. The problem is something else. People are not saying.
If the question is asked about Madan Mohan. First, I would like to say it is unfortunate that the highest civilian award is being made a matter of political debate, considering it in a different colors. Even if a question is being asked for Madan Mohan Malviya being a president of the Hindu Mahasabha, rather than asking through BJP, it should have been asked to Congress, because after remaining the president of Hindu Mahasabha, he remained president of the Congress. And 4 times he remained president of the Congress party. So he was much more a Congress leader subsequently than a Hindu Mahasabha leader. So if at all a question is needed on this particular ideology, if somebody is having any problem, then the question should be asked to Congress. Now, the better, let me complete the sentence when you were speaking. The more significant ideology was when the ruler himself confers the award to themselves. Like Nehru ji has done, Indira ji has done. It's like a typical medieval, dynastic, feudal mindset which uses to confirm titles like themselves, like Basha, Zindapir, Pasha, Ghazi, Alamgir, etc., etc. Now, those who are making a hue and cry on Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Sukhdev, first they have gone through the textbook during their regime. They were terming Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Chandrasekhar Azad as the extremist and the terrorist.
Oh yes.
They were terming Maharana Pratap as a fanatic patriot. So it is better that they should have corrected, at least during their regime, the history textbook, rather than this time making hue and cry on Bharat Ratna. Yes, honestly, I accept certain people and various people can have various opinions on historical personalities, who is to be given, who is not to be given. But frankly speaking, Indira Gandhi got Bharat Ratna, and after that she imposed emergency. Can you contribute? The contribution of Sardar Patel was lesser than Indira Gandhi. The Sardar Patel got in 1991 and Indira Gandhi in 70s. So the more significant thing which is to be discussed in the context of Bharat Ratna is these things rather than a particular ideology. If at all somebody is having any problem with the ideology, I would like to ask, be Savarkar, though he was a Hindu nationalist, but his plate has been thrown apart in Andaman Nicobar. At least this type of apathy should not be there. Nobody has spoken a single word. When in Andaman Nicobar, Veer Savarkar's plate was thrown apart. So at least we must have respect to all those who have contributed to this nation in their respective capacities.
Ideologies are working bad.
Sir, Mr. Rehmani, what is happening is there is a certain intelligentsia political class which has circulated around the Indian National Congress for decades. Those people are upset today. Did any of those people speak when Indira Gandhi awarded herself a Bharat Ratna in 1971?
That's why I am.
Did any of them speak when 6 people from their own party were given Bharat Ratna since the inception?
I condemn it equally.
Were there ideological predilections when Gulzari Lal Nanda was given a Bharat Ratna in 1997?
What is the criteria of this award?
So I am asking you.
Who will decide and on what basis?
I am asking you.
Who will decide and on what basis?
Sir, I am asking you today. I expect.
Directed at us.
Yes, no, Mr. Kesavan, I am not even directing. I am being very direct. I am not directing. I am being direct. There is a problem today with a certain class that believes that people of a certain ideology should be kept out. Who determines that ideology? Should India have one political philosophy, one centrist ideology, and anybody who doesn't belong to it should be a pariah?
Arnab.
Yes, Mr. Kesavan.
India has already.
Mr. Kesavan,
if you're fair, please give me some time to answer.
I'm giving full time.
I'm not interrupted. Everybody has got their chance. Sir, please, let me answer. There have been a lot of questions posed, and don't, interject a train of thought. I'm going to answer your question and Sudhanshuji's question too. Let's have a civil debate.
Please, we are totally civil. Don't get provoked.
Bharat Ratna is a collective expression. I am very calm, sir. The Bharat Ratna is a collective expression of a nation's gratitude and respect to these great men and women for the contribution to this country.
Right.
This should be unequivocally about petty, partisan, parochial politics. First point. Second point, let me say this. People are talking about, awards not given to Patelji. Let me just set this at rest for once. And first thing, before that, let me say, unanimously, everybody acknowledges the contribution of Vajpayee and Malviya, and we are very happy with that. But let me also qualify. The discretion lies with the government of the day.
Yeah.
And the wisdom of the government of the day prevails. And I think we welcome
so one second. One second. Why? No, one second. One counter question. Wisdom of the government of the day. Wisdom of the government of the day that Indira Gandhi should get the award before the father of the Constitution, B.R. Ambedkar.
I'm coming there.
Where was the wisdom then?
Don't preempt.
Where was the wisdom then?
If you can be calm,
where was the wisdom then?
If you're calm.
Where was the wisdom then, Mr. Kesavan?
Let me tell you the convention of posthumous awards. There have been 12 posthumous awards given. But if you see the history, the first posthumous awards were only given in 1966. Out of the 12, 6 were given to people who
problem is not about posthumous. It's an ideological problem you have.
Listen to me.
It's an ideological problem.
Why was it not given to Mr. Tilak, who passed away in 20? Why was it not given to Gokhaleji? Why was it not given to Patel?
You answer.
Because they passed away.
You answer.
The first awards in 54.
You answer.
Because they passed away. They passed away before the awards were instituted. The first award was given to Shastriji, who died in Harness in 66. The second posthumous award was given to Mr. Kamaraj, who died in 76 in the same year. The third award was given to Mr. MGR, who passed in 87. Before that, Vinay Babaji got in 84 because he passed away in the same year.
It's not a good enough excuse.
In the same year, but the first award,
not a good enough excuse.
1990, the first award which was given long way back is Ambedkarji was given by VP Singh. They broke a convention. It was the wisdom of their government. But there was no convention from 1954
Who wrote these conventions?
To give it to people
who established the conventions? You established them. You make them the rule. A convention is not a rule.
VP Singh's government.
A convention is not a rule.
Why didn't the 1976? Let me ask you, why didn't the 1977 government,
Mr. Kulkarni,
where Vajpayee and Advaniji didn't give it to Patel? No, why didn't Patel get it in 1977 when Mukherjee Desai headed the government and Vajpayee and Advaniji were there? Because they respected the convention. Let us try to understand that. I don't want to take political shots.
What convention?
If we go by the logic of Mr. Kesavan, it means he is totally denouncing the legacy of Sardar Patel with the Congress. And he is terming that as if Sardar Patel is totally towards the side of Janata Party and the BJP. The logic which he has given, it means he is totally denouncing the legacy of Sardar Patel with Congress when he is asking why Janata Party government is not given.
You're mocking history. Sudhanshu ji, today you're talking about, Malviya ji, he will be so sad that the Hindu
there are some people, there are some people,
in Sitapur
there are some people, there are some people today who are saying, there are some people today who are saying that if the index is patriotism, there are far greater Indians. So I'm asking you, who are the far greater Indians in the index of patriotism? No, 1 second. 1 minute. What is Gulzari Nanda was a greater patriot than Madan Mohan Malviya? Or Subhash Chandra Bose has been a lesser patriot than some of the other congressmen who got the award?
And what was Subhash Chandra Bose?
Yes, what about Subhash Chandra Bose who fought the British Empire?
Can you ignore him in the Indian political history?
So is it not pure opportunism and hypocrisy that the Congress is speaking today?
Not at all.
Now I'd like to get in Sudheendra Kulkarni.
Didn't start the convention.
Let's have an open debate.
Quickly, the Congress party didn't start the convention. The VP Singh government gave it to Ambedkar
Oh, please.
in 1990. Till then, not even the Janata government.
Sudheendra Kulkarni, what do you make of this controversy? Sudheendra Kulkarni has worked closely with Vajpayee. He hasn't spoken yet. I have yet to take a second round from Professor Mridula Mukherjee and Pavan Verma, who are listening very patiently. Sudheendra Kulkarni, what are you making of this? Is it about being a posthumous award or is it about ideology? The debate.
When the nation has confirmed the highest award on two patriots, I think we should be having a more, a different kind of a debate, not noisy and certainly not so contentious.
Why has it become contentious?
It's become, let us understand that Madan Mohan Malviya was a great patriot, no doubt about it. He richly deserves this kind of recognition. The only question that is being asked is, if you are going to choose persons from the freedom movement era, then the list will go very long and very wide.
Okay.
That's the only question. I don't think many people
it's a legitimate question?
It's certainly a legitimate question. But my question is different. And this is directed at the Congress spokesman. Today, the Congress spokesman as well as other Congress leaders are saying that Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji richly deserves Bharat Ratna. Then, for 10 years of UPA, why didn't the UPA government consider conferring Bharat Ratna on Vajpayee?
They gave it to Tendulkar. They gave it to Tendulkar.
Which means...
they gave it to Tendulkar but not to Vajpayee. Which means they felt Tendulkar deserved it more than Vajpayee. 1 second. Now. One second. Let Sudheendra Kulkarni respond. Sudheendra Kulkarni.
Which means that it was a politically considered decision.
Sir, let Mr. Kulkarni speak. He listened to you. Yes, Mr. Kulkarni, continue.
It means that... Please, I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you, my dear friend.
Mr. Kesavan, respond after he finishes. Just because he's questioning you, please don't interrupt him. Let him finish, and then you can respond as much as you wish. Yes, please go ahead.
It means that in the wisdom of the then government, the leadership of the then government and the Congress party, Atal Bihari Vajpayee did not deserve the highest award. And in spite of Advaniji specifically writing to the Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, in 2008.
He did so.
He did so. which means that even after that,
he was rejected.
The then government came to the decision, considered decision, perhaps their wisdom, then they should say today that he did not deserve. Why are they applauding Modi government's decision to give the Bharat Ratna to Vajpayee today?
It's a legit question.
There's certain hypocrisy here.
It's a very legitimate question. Very legitimate question.
Why do you conveniently forget? Sudheendra, why do you conveniently forget? No, let me answer. Sudheendra, why do you conveniently forget? In 1992, the second highest civilian honor, Padma Bhushan, was given by a Congress government.
That's true. But see, that actually supports my argument. That supports my argument that between 1992 and 2004, Vajpayee became Prime Minister of India. He served for 6 years as Prime Minister of India, making enormous contribution, and yet your government did not consider it. Did not consider that he deserved Bharat Ratna. The fine example that P.V. Narasimha Rao had set in 1992, Dr. Madan Mohan Singh did not follow, Sonia Gandhi ji did not follow.
Rejected it. Rejected it. Say so tonight.
You talk.
No, 1 second. Pavan Verma and Mridula Mukherjee. Pavan Verma. No, Mr. Kesavan, you can't take all the time. There are two other panelists who've been very patient. No, Mridula Mukherjee and Pavan Verma. First, Mridula Mukherjee. Do you believe, Mridula Mukherjee, do you believe that with that question, as we are nearing the end of the debate, that in a way Sudheendra Kulkarni has brought us to the nub of the issue? There have been biases, there has been prejudice, which we choose to deny. Mridula Mukherjee, would you like to respond please to Sudheendra Kulkarni, and then we'll close with Pavan Verma's comments. Yeah.
You know, I think that given the kind of politics that we are living nowadays, it's perhaps utopian to expect that the governments of the day are going to take decisions which are not heavily colored by political agendas. And therefore, my argument is, again, a utopian suggestion and argument is that we have to, if we want to retain the respect for the Bharat Ratna, which is our highest award, we have to find a way, maybe not today, to get it out of the government. There's no other way. We should not be having these kinds of debates. I'm sorry to be part of a debate where we are not actually trying to understand why these people have been given the Bharat Ratna. Maybe younger generation should have been educated by us today as to what these two great personages have done to our history. But here we are, you know, because that is the situation on the ground. We are all deeply aware of the heavily politicized atmosphere.
Was it not politicized earlier, Professor Mukherjee?
And therefore, I think
Professor Mukherjee, was it not politicized earlier when several other people got the award?
I'm not saying it was not. My argument is not this government or that government. I'm saying in the atmosphere that we've been now living in for a few decades maybe. You know, leaving aside a few years after the freedom struggle when we lived in an age of consensus for quite some time. I think it is better that we find other ways of conferring these awards if we are to retain their dignity.
Well,
I'm concerned about that.
One point I agree with you, Professor Mukherjee. I agree with you that, you know, there is, and today's younger generation and the youngest generation and the first-time voters need to know about what Atal Bihari Vajpayee, for example, what his contribution to Indian politics has been, and what a great orator he was, and how liberal he was, right, how accommodative he was. And in fact, today I would request everyone, I take your suggestion very well, Professor Mukherjee, and I think it's important to educate people about what Madan Mohan Malviya or Atal Bihari Vajpayee and all others have done. I'll do something in that regard. But I want to go to Pavan Verma. And by the way, Pavan Verma, before I come to you to conclude on this, 11:30 p.m. if you have the time, if it's not too late, we are repeating a collection of some of the best speeches of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. I can tell you it's a delight. I mean, as there's rarely been an orator who had the canvas, intellectual canvas, and the kind of expression that Atal Bihari Vajpayee had. So maybe we can, I just like to plug that one. Yes, Pavan Verma. Sudheendra Kulkarni, मैं आपके पास आऊँगा. 1 second, Pavan Verma.
Arnab, I believe the nation has honored itself by giving the Bharat Ratna to Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
Absolutely.
I believe this award, as Mr. Nitish Kumar said, should have been given earlier, and I believe the UPA government should have been gracious enough to do so. Let me say, as a very minor footnote, I had the great privilege of knowing him well. On his request, I translated his poetry from Hindi into English.
Yes.
I believe he deserves it. He was a man with a liberal outlook. He contained the extremist elements of his own party, and he was a great parliamentarian who contributed to the strengthening of parliamentary democracy in India. As far as Mr. Madan Mohan Malviya is concerned, I believe he's a patriot who deserves it, and the nation should know what he did as an educationist by founding the Banaras Hindu University.
Yes.
But there is an issue, and I think it's a valid issue, Arnab, beyond ideologies, that if you begin to go back into the past and into history and select posthumously people for this reward, there will be controversy. Perhaps this can be decided by governments how to do so in the future.
Well, I think I take that well, but I also take what Professor Mukherjee said. We need to be, we've become very polarized, and there is a need to build consensus on a few national issues. I take that very well. We'll take some steps in that direction. Two political hands going up. Okay, we'll give them 2 minutes, otherwise they'll complain. Sudhanshu Trivedi and Mr. Kesavan.
Arnab, a quick point.
Well, your political points are never quick.
A quick point. I won't take much time. See.
You always begin by saying, I won't take much time.
See, whether it's the great Tilak or Gokhale, let's please, you interject me, that's the problem. Whether it's Gokhale or Tilak or Subramanya Bharati or Periyar or Mirza Ghalib, the pantheon extends. Like I said, it's the wisdom of the government of the day,
sure.
And the people have reposed faith in them. Let's trust them. And one more thing, just because somebody is not bestowed with the Bharat Ratna, it doesn't belittle or dilute or diminish.
No, that's not the point that Mr. Kulkarni made. No, was that the point you made, Mr. Kulkarni? No, Mr. Kulkarni wants. Mr. Kulkarni, one point on that. No, that's not the point Mr. Kulkarni is making. Mr. Kulkarni.
I want to reiterate this point that in its wisdom, the UPA decided not to give Bharat Ratna to Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji because it considered that he did not deserve it.
Yes.
Because 10 long years.
But why didn't the Vajpayee government didn't give it to Tilak, sir? Can I make a parochial argument?
No. Don't make parochial arguments. Don't make parochial arguments.
Is that fair? Is that fair? It's not a fair argument.
No. What's
that's
you want to respond? No. Okay, Sudhanshu Trivedi. No.
Why didn't
okay, please go ahead quickly then, please, if you want.
No, I want to make another point, Arnab.
This is about politics.
No, you see, I think that by giving Bharat Ratna to Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, the BJP and the Modi government has actually accepted a certain moral obligation on itself to follow the path shown by Atal Bihari Vajpayee. What is that path? It is the path of liberal politics. It is the path of consensus-based politics. It is the path of secular politics, of maintaining communal peace and harmony. This was Atalji's
important point.
And also,
very important
and also Atal Bihari Vajpayee's very sincere and consistent efforts to normalize relations with all the neighbors, especially Pakistan. This is what the Modi government must follow.
Well,
it should not be a ritual of just honoring someone with Bharat Ratna, but it must, for Narendra Modi ji, Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji should be the role model.
Sudheendra Kulkarni, very significant point you make there at the end. I'd like Sudheendra Kulkarni, makes an important point. Sudhanshu Trivedi, 30-second rebut. There's a moral obligation now on following Vajpayee's path. Trivedi ji.
Vajpayee's contribution as a Prime Minister, and moreover what Sudheendra ji has said, he was an apostle of certain moral values in the Indian politics, so we should go beyond our differences and let us complete his dream which he has set up in the beginning of the 21st century. I would like to conclude with a couplet of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Ahuti baki, yajna adhura, apno ke vignon ne ghera, antim jay ka astra banane, nav dadich haddiyan galaye, aao milkar diya jalaye. So come together and come in the path of nation building for the 21st century of India.
Well, I think what we'll do is at one point we'll have a session on Vajpayee's poetry, and we'll invite Pavan Verma also for that. For now, reminders, I thank everyone that at 11:30 p.m. tonight, once again, unmissable, the best of Vajpayee's speeches. It's quite a watch. I thank you all for joining me on this debate on the Newshour tonight.